You don't have to be a history buff to be curious about the multitudes of primitive art carvings found in the red sandstone rocks of the Mojave Desert. It's believed that the Virgin River Anasazis existed and possibly came through the Mojave Valley somewhere between 300 BC and 1150 AD.
We believe the bulk of the petroglyphs were done by the Anasazi or ancestral Puebloans. But besides some of the cliff dwellings, pottery, other artifacts and petroglyphs, we have no records, no documentation from these people.
The first large panel of petroglyphs along the Mouse's Tank Trail in Valley of the Fire is unique for its abstract drawings, like lines and spirals, mixed with natural animal figures.
Not only do you find similar images over wide areas, but similar images spanning potentially thousands of years, which is pretty fascinating too.
While some may call it ancient graffiti, petroglyphs are simplistic, deep carvings chiseled into the desert varnish rock walls.
One interesting thing to think about is they're using a stone chisel, so sort of a longer stone, with another stone to hammer in. We'll get a chance to look closely at some petroglyphs down the trail, but you'll see the peck marks right on the rock.
Most of the petroglyphs have been chiseled into the rocks facing the southwest sides and are located high above the once riverbed wash. Whether the ancient engravings are signs for future travelers or tell stories isn't totally understood. Regardless, many visitors believe the documentations are representative of what the native dwellers saw while traveling through.
And then they had one that they said was represented maybe the medicine man. Right. And that's what I would think that one would be.
It's just amazing. It's just the collars, the sights, there's no end to what you can see, no end to what you can learn about our history, about time. It just keeps the mind functioning, keeps you thinking.
Mouse's Tank was named after a Paiute Indian who was accused of murdering 2 miners and hiding out at the end of this trail. According to stories, it took a search party 10 days to find him.
At the end of the trail, it's a large place in the sandstone where rainwater accumulates, and a lot of his belongings were found kind of in this immediate area, suggesting that perhaps while he was hiding out in the maze of canyons in Valley of Fire, that he used this as his water source.
While most trails are sand-based with a few rock outcroppings, it's not handicapped accessible, and visitors are encouraged to stay close to the main trails for good reason. As you can see, you can explore the cliff sides here, but you have to be very careful and make sure your footing is steady.
We allow that. That being said, there's no marked trails, and just 2 weeks ago or a week ago, we had to recover lost hikers out there after dark, which was probably mostly a lucky thing.
While many of the large crevices and caves look like places the Indian tribal people may have dwelled, most of the alcoves are simply made by water wearing away the sandstones, forcing it to wash away. However, one might wonder how the rocks appear stacked inside these holes, which are hundreds of feet in the air.
I think it's a pretty exciting thing that anyone could live in this kind of environment. I know I couldn't make it.
Like the Anasazis, who disappeared from this area centuries ago, the mystery of these historic sites keep those who visit in awe.
The mystery of why they were here and where did they go and what do all these signs mean? That's what I'd like to know.
The trail systems at Valley of the Fire are not behind fences and are kept natural for a reason. However, in order to keep it that way and to preserve these sacred ancient findings, park rangers strongly ask visitors to avoid touching or defacing them.
You can walk down and see petroglyphs right in front of your face. We definitely ask that you resist that urge to touch. Sometimes people try to help by outlining things in chalk or this or that. That's the kind of stuff that eventually ruins our resources.
From Valley of the Fire, Melissa Anderson, KCSG, St. George News.